Okay, good. We're going to give a short little talk on living with an egomaniac, which is male equals egomaniac. But once you understand that, they're the simplest creatures to maneuver, direct, and people don't like the word manipulate, but everyone's manipulating anybody anyway, so we use that language. But maneuver is a kind of neutral sense of the term. Your woman, we'll just do male, females. The principles are exactly the same for same sex, woman, woman, male, male, but you'd explain it from a different kind of point of view to sell the point better. But male, female, we'll just do like that. You're woman, which means that you're the creative energy. That's easy to figure out. Okay, so therefore, the male is a product of the creative energy. Therefore, you have to understand that's the position. It's you, then him, right? The she, he is in the she, and so on. So you have to adopt that posture. Okay, male has a extra kind of, what do you call it, testosterone-driven need to assert himself and identify himself and so forth because he is, in simple English, insecure. And I don't care how big the guy, he's still, it's hardwired because he's not the creative energy you are, right? So this is why they say if you respect the woman, then the creative energy will serve you. If you disrespect woman, it will not. So, but you have to respect yourself in order to get the respect. So you have to respect yourself as a creative source. Okay, male comes in a relationship with you because he needs to connect to that creative energy. He needs to connect to it. Your job then is to steer him, knowing how he works. Okay? All right, cut to Percy Sledge. We know him? And I watched him giving his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame acceptance speech. Thank you very much. I'm sitting here today because of that little lady right here in the front row, and she's got in her kind of Sunday best. She's sitting there both feet flat, like, because it's her man, and I won't be here today without her. Now, when Reagan was in Saudi Arabia, the editorial in the Saudi Times was, the beatific smile and adoring gleam that Nancy fixated on the president's face as he delivered his 35-minute speech is the best argument we've seen recently for the reinstitution of the veil. Nancy was another one who knew how to play her man. Right? They said if she'd married him earlier, she would have got an Academy Award. Right? And you saw when she recently died, you see all those officials kind of saluting her as they take the body up to the Reagan Library. And there's countless times, but Reagan has asked some question about something, and you could hear on the mic that time, you don't know anything about that. And Reagan's like, well, I wouldn't know anything about that. So he understood how to connect to that creative energy, and she understood how to broadcast it, and that's why they had the kind of life they had. Okay, so Percy Sledge, right? He's there. I was just nothing, and I met her. And she's a pretty girl, so I asked her to come a date with me. She went out with me, and someday during that night, I think it's going okay, but I don't know. But anyway, she reached over, grabbed my earlobe, and she pulled on it, and she go, "You all mine now, Percy." That's some 50 years ago. I'm a happy man. He said, he goes, I was on the stage one night, and here's what came through me. And you listen to this. You just close your eyes, you listen to it. No, but you listen to the lyric. Listen to the meaning.
If she is bad, he can see it. She can do no wrong. Turn it back on his best friend if he put her down. When a man loves a woman, spend his very last dime trying to hold on to what he that's the way it ought to be. Well, this man loves a woman. I gave you everything I had, trying to hold on to your heartless love, baby. Please don't treat me bad. When a man loves a woman, down deep in his soul, she can bring him such misery. If she plays him for a fool, he's the last one to know. Loving eyes can never see. When a man loves a woman, he can do her no wrong. He could never hold some other girl. Yes, when a man loves a woman, I know exactly how you feel. 'Cause baby, 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 but I'm very when a man loves a woman, know exactly how you feel.
In 1966, he sung that. Now, that's a pretty good statement of the man's position. But it's not going to work if you're trying to connect to the man. You have to connect to your creative power, and then you put that through the man. It's a different direction. You guys got to, if you're going from the wrong direction, this is, what do you call it, all the love stories that never worked out. Right? Man loves him, can't keep his mind on nothing else, right? Because he needs that creative energy to exist. And he wants you to broadcast it to him. She's bad, he can't see it. I had someone who was marriage was going off the rails. I watched that movie Woodstock with who's that? Ang Ling. Is that the guy's name? Who's? Yeah, right. It's that movie. It's about it's not the Woodstock movie. It's what's it called? Finding Woodstock. Thank you. And it's a story about a kind of Eastern European refugee couple that has a little motel in Woodstock, and their kind of late teenage son, and all of a sudden the music festival shows up. So in the beginning of the movie, they're kind of refugees from Europe, and they're being foreclosed upon, and they kind of survive because all the money they make during the festival. And the movie opens, they're at the bank, and the lady is cursing out the banker, the old Eastern European. You're always trying to steal it. You steal us. You take us. You send us on the street. You don't care. So they're about to go broke and lose everything. And then the festival starts, and at some point during the festival, they all get start tripping, even the old couple. So while she's on an acid trip, she starts hallucinating something and pulls out of the hidden away enough money to buy the place, which she hadn't told her son or the father, because she had survived Europe and she had a little, what do you call it, nest egg. And the son is like ballistic and telling the father, I mean, can you believe she did that? I mean, she had the money and she didn't tell us and this and that. And the husband just is looking at her looking at the son going, he goes, aren't you mad at her? He goes, huh? He goes, aren't you upset that we went through all this pain when she had the money anyway? And the husband looking, the son going, what? What? And the son is like, she's had the money. She could have saved. He goes, she's my wife. Whew. There's love there that transcends any event. So he couldn't even comprehend the fact that he could be upset at this woman, or mad at this woman, angry at this woman, betrayed by this woman. That thought could not enter. He looks at that like the son, like the son's a complete idiot. She's my wife. That's what we're talking about. She has connected him to the creative energy, and that he don't see anything. Man loves a woman to spend the very last dime trying to hold on what he needs. Right? Trying to hold on to precious love. Baby, please, don't treat me bad. If you take that posture, it's not incorrect. I don't care how bad your man is, you're the one in control. And he just doesn't want to be treated bad. And if you treat him right, you can deal with them. Some guys are no good, and it is true, and you know, maybe you got to set a scene up where you're protected and this and that. Not everyone's a good person. But that shouldn't change your directional energetic projection, right? He's a low life, and we need to live apart, or however it works out. But that doesn't change how you act, right? You see, because you play the game at his level, that's no good. She'll bring him such misery if he plays him for a fool. He's the last one to know. Loving eyes can't ever see. Now, who knew this song? No. That great psychologist, philosopher, Richard Pryor. Remember him? Loving eyes can't ever see. Remember, she comes home. He's sleeping with some lady on the bed, right? His wife. What the hell's going on? He says to the lady in the bed, get dressed, get out of here. The woman, his wife, screaming, what are you doing? What are you doing? What is this? What is this? He's going to leave. She leaves. He goes, what are you talking about? The woman you were just sleeping with in the bed. He goes, there's no woman here. She goes, there's a woman here. He goes, no, there's not. And who are you going to believe? Me or your lying eyes? You got a clever man, is it? But you still got to keep the scene working out. It's so you got to. The man is trying to connect to your creative energy, which he needs, like air. And if you broadcast at him, that guy is yours, and you decide. And this is a Yogi Bhajan quote. I always say this in relationship counseling. People don't like to buy it. The relationship will not begin and not end until the woman makes the decision. And I don't care, your man just went out and slept with 42 women, got 16 kids in 14 states. Who knew? You made a decision. This is enough of you, Jack. Go out there and give me some, cause. So you got to be honest that you're the source of this thing. And the relationship can't start till that woman begins it, and she can begin it, and a man has no power to do that. So, but this can bring you to your power, right? And you have to understand that. When a man loves a woman, he can do her no wrong. He can never own some other girl, right? If you lock on that guy, that's your guy. And some guys need to sleep around. I mean, that's just their nature. And I had this case. This guy's like a sexy guy, and I said, "What are you kidding yourself? I mean, you know, first of all, you had an affair with him anyway in the beginning. So what do you think he's going to stop doing that?" I had some lady come through town like that. She got detectives, this and that. First of all, they had affairs when they were both married, and then they were like political figures, or in the administrative types. And they were in that kind of Republican, you know, black tie dinner circuit. They led a nice kind of life. And she got to Texas because he was having an affair with some girl in Minnesota. I said, "Why are you bothered? What do you care?" I said, "Okay, this one's serious, this one's different." I said, "How many do you think he's had since you got married?" "Oh, I don't know. I could be honest with me. Come on. He'd been doing this since day one, right?" Yeah, okay. I said, so why are you trying to change the guy, right? He's not going to grow what I call like a third arm. You married a two-armed guy, he ain't going to grow a third arm. So I don't care what you project or wish or try to manifest. The deal is, this is what you got. You have a beautiful life. He's been discreet, he's polite. You know, why are you making trouble here? I said, go home, tell him you lost your mind, and that you apologize, and you've forgotten about this whole episode. I think she followed my advice. But I'll give you another case where this lady, she was attractive, and we met her in a class like this and told her to come down to summer solstice with us. And so she's new to the whole thing, so we found her some lady to do tantric with and so on. And I saw the thing. She's like over here, and there's this guy over here, and he goes, and like a dog, you know, they can't stop him. So all of a sudden they're locked, right? And they do tantra together, and they fall in love, and they move in together, and on and on and on. And then she comes to an appointment to see me. What's the matter? Well, we broke up. Oh, what happened? Well, he had an affair, so I had an affair, and you know, and then it just didn't work out. I said, well, what's your situation now? Well, I'm depressed, but so I have to take a little while to. She's depressed, and things aren't working out because she's with some guy who's not the guy she had an affair with, and he's with some girl who's not the girl he had an affair with. They've all moved on, but she's miserable because she's not with him. Takes me a long time to get her to admit that, but she finally admits that. I said, that's your problem. Forget all this other stuff. It's nothing to do with anything. It's you missing him. I said, he's your man. I said, what you do is you need to go over there, and you need no texting, no email, no phone call. You knock on the door. It's not too late. Knock on the door. Say, listen, I'm sorry. I screwed everything up. And he's going to go, actually, I'm the one who did it, isn't it? I like you. You're going to take the blame and not lay it on me? Come here, baby. They actually came to thank me, you know, and they walked off happily in the sunset. They, you know, the back to nature crowd. They're all probably living in some log cabin off the grid or something. So that's because of the subject. The male is a super easy creature to maneuver. All you got to do is inflate. Here's a formula. Inflate ego, then direct. And I was having this conversation. This is my standard. This is from my first album. This is my standard rap, right? I'll use Gurjaga. That's very pretty, this thing, right? Okay, Gurjaga, she's a woman. I don't care how much she likes me or this and that. And this was all displayed in that movie, Midnight and Good and Evil. Did we see this movie? It's Clint Eastwood directed. It's a murder takes place in the New Orleans and so on and so on. And John Cusack's a New York reporter who flies into town to try to figure things out. And there's one of these ladies sitting on a bench feeding the birds. You know, these big kind of matriarchal figures. And you have to have multiple kind of layered clothes, right? You know, with the head thing and the 44 bracelets and umpteen necklaces and more rings than you can count, you know, and there needs to be a cat somewhere in your bag. You know what I'm saying? A bird on the shoulder. You get the type, right? She's sitting there feeding the birds, and the plane is flying in, and she looks up, and the plane kind of goes like this, right? So John Cusack, he's a New Yorker, right? Fast-talking guy. He's into town. He goes, "How are you?" When he meets her. "Put that hand down, boy. You trying to play me, boy? Put that hand. You trying to play?" Right? There's no move in the world where someone's trying to pull a maneuver on her, right? You got to direct your guy. You put that hand down, boy. So a woman, you tell, that's a beautiful necklace. The woman's first response, I don't care how much you like the guy, is what's he want. He's trying to play me. What? Come on. Well, yeah, pal. Yeah. It happens before you think. Oh no, actually, thank you. You gave it to me earlier this morning, and you know, you boom. But that's second. Male, completely opposite. Then you ladies don't believe this because it doesn't seem. No one will buy that, right? No one will buy. You tell me that. Congratulations, Harijiwan, on inventing the cure to cancer. It's Guru Jagat says it to me. My first response is to go, "Hey, you're damn right." Before I go, whoa, you're mixing me up with someone else. First, you're telling me. The male cannot stop that. He has no defense against it. And all you got to do is do that. And then you direct the guy. You think it's not going to work. And I gave this example yesterday to someone I was talking. They're fighting, this couple. Because a lady listened to this teaching, she said, I tried to put in practice. They're fighting. She told me this. She said, she called me up. She said, you got to hear this. They're at the post office. They're going at it, right? They've been going at it since the morning. She goes, I'm not going to do this all day. He goes over the window. They've been together 7, 8 years. He's got on some dirty T-shirt he worn 150 times, right? She texts him. That's a sexy-looking arm you got in that T-shirt. The guy, what's the guy do? No, he has no defense, right?
Yeah.
You're damn right, baby. You're telling me. I mean, you're telling me. I know. She goes, the freaking guy is nice to me all day. The next morning, hey, baby. She goes, now, if I gone to the window, the guy texts, you got sexy legs, what would have been my response? I mean, I'm not going to buy that for 1 nanosecond. I mean, the guy's just he's just trying to play me. The male will buy it. You got to experiment. That's why that's why they're walking around. Tell the freaking guy. And well, I taught the class, and she's a Chinese girl. She asks 100 stupid questions after she likes to come up and just ask questions, but at least she pays attention. She comes up. She knows I'm going to not want to answer more dumb questions, so she comes right up and she goes, you know, the way that light plays off the glasses and the beard twinkle, and I'm putting it to practice. All right, I have no defense, and they go. You got to maneuver your man. You got to maneuver your man, right? I don't care that he's the world's biggest genius. He still needs that connective source. But you want to basically, confront him, mano mano, which doesn't make any sense, right? And all you do is you put in things like this. We were going out. I can't remember which one of my wives this was, and she goes, "We should bring the camera." Not bring the fucking camera. Not the camera. This camera. What the fuck? And then I'm thinking, we should probably bring the camera. And I go, well, let's get the camera. That's a good idea. Hey, you're damn right. Seconds later, I mean, it's not a minute, not a day, not a week. Seconds later, let the come out of your man's. Sweetheart, do you think that we should be leaving town next weekend? Because I don't know, because I'm a woman. You're the all-knowing male, right? I think we should leave town next weekend. Oh, sweetheart, that's brilliant. Hey, damn right. But even your sophisticated guy is doing the exact same thing. He has no defense against it. Sweetheart, do you think, right? The house is burning down. Do you think maybe we should exit the front door? Yes, sweetheart, I think that's a good idea. But you put it on him, right? Because he's a male. He needs that. And if you give the guy, you just inflate the ego and then tell him what to do. I was giving this example. They have a very good relationship, many years, 20 plus years. We went up to the sea. We were at the island in Hawaii where they have, we call it VOG, V-O-G, right? Because volcanic ash is you don't see the sun anymore because the thing is going. So we went up at night to look at the volcano. There's a bunch of hobbits with rings lined up, to throw it in the And it's all this kind of molten lava kind of thing. And some guy told me, he used to have a house here, but the lava, this is where my house is. Anyway, so we're taking pictures and this and that. So then we get back we have a little van, and we're driving away. And the woman realized she lost her phone. Oh my God, where's my phone? No. So, with the hobbits are behind us, the volcanic ash is coming, the darkness is coming, and she's all freaking out. And then she's sitting there, I'm sitting behind these guys. She turns to her husband. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I'm sorry. Because why? He's the king. His kingdom has been disturbed. I'm the woman. I'm sorry, you egomaniac moron. I'm sorry, sweetheart. So the guy's smart, but he doesn't go, it's okay. No, first he goes, slow motion. But slow motion, he goes, hey, you're damn right you're sorry. Before he goes, no, it's okay. Right? So this woman instinctively, something's gone wrong, make him feel good. Like, sweetheart, I love the way the kind of the collar and the hair, it looks really good in the light. The SWAT team is out front again, and I'm freaking out a little bit. Boy, you look good though. I'm gonna go in the panic room, just read a book to you. Can you take care of this? Right? You let your guy, it's his problem, right? But you moron, they're here again. That's not gonna get you anywhere. You follow? They can't handle criticism. I'll tell you, this is a real good one. Let me see if I can do this justice, because this is an absolute masterpiece. And I can't quite, let's see if I get lucky with it. But the woman, she didn't want to have sex. She was kind of like, like this type of person. And the husband was getting a little irritated by it. And so they were trying one night, it didn't work out. And so he's getting, and she goes, listen, I'm going to fix this. not because I want to, but because you deserve to be with someone who doesn't have this problem. Hey, damn right I do. That's a brilliant comment. Right, I got a problem here. That's over here. I'm gonna fix it, not because I want to, because you deserve to be with someone without this issue. What's the guy gonna do? I mean, who's gonna find a woman that knows how to position him correctly? So I don't care, you're dumbest guy, you make him feel like he's special, and you make him feel important, and because that's all he wants to do is connect to that creative energy. And if you connect him to that, they're easy to maneuver. And just by that simple notion, you won't, if the compliment, you won't buy it, he'll buy it. Because you're in a relationship, why? To enjoy the other person. And if you're going to decide that this was a bad idea from the beginning, right, and I'm getting out of here, because of the SWAT teams, it's just, like this lady told me, she, my husband, he likes the helicopter skiing and all this. She goes, I don't know, it's the avalanches and the death. I'm just not into it. But if you decide you want to take off, that's fine. You should enjoy that part of the process. And you should leave the guy stronger than when you found him. Right? It's my problem, baby. It's just, I'm a mess, I'm I'm sorry. Right? Yeah, damn right. You see, you won't do that. You won't go immediately there. He has no choice. He immediately goes to that. So all you do is direct him in that direction and then maneuver the situation accordingly. Simple enough. We have time for maybe one more question or so. Hey, damn right, there's no questions in the audience. We gotta get home, man. Yeah.